email kelfran767@gmail.com. Time check at 6 o'clock. Compliments of the good folks at Caribbean Alliance. Have you called Caribbean Alliance? If you've not given them a call, pick up that phone and give them a call. Let's now bring you the evening news on DBS.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
In the headlines, Minister for Tourism says Dominica has seen the highest increase in visitor arrivals and stayover arrivals in 2024 as compared to previous years. In news from the region, Inter-American Development Bank (IDB) committed to developing the silver economy in the Caribbean region. And internationally, U.S. President Donald Trump revokes security protection for COVID advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci. Good evening, I am Leila Langford. Details of the news when we return.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
DBS News.
Welcome back. Making the headline this evening, Minister for Tourism Denise Charles Pemberton says Dominica has seen the highest increase in visitor arrivals and stayover arrivals in 2024 as compared to previous years. Pemberton says the destination plans on keeping this momentum going forward.
We're seeing tangible results. Visitor arrivals have steadily increased year after year. In 2024, we received the highest arrivals in our history. 5,758 visitors to our shores. That is a remarkable achievement for our country. This represents 32% more arrivals than 2019 and 14% higher than 2023. In 2024, we also witnessed the highest stayover arrivals at 85,273, an impressive 14% increase over 2023 and 6% over pre-pandemic 2019. And with our continued spotlight on the global stage, we're confident this trend will continue as more people discover our island's beauty and charm.
Minister for Tourism Denise Charles Pemberton. Dominicans are being encouraged to support the 14th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium carded for tomorrow. The event, which is being held at the Intercontinental Dominica Cabarets Resort and Spa, begins at 9 a.m. 4 of the 5 guest speakers spoke to members of the media ahead of tomorrow's event.
My name is Regina Walsh. I'm a mother, a grandmother, and also a widow. I've got 5 lovely grandchildren, and they are my joy. Saturday, tomorrow, I'll be starting with a blank page, but at the end of it all, it will be a masterpiece. So I'm just inviting all the other ladies to take some time, better yourself, come and listen to what we, the Caribbean ladies, have to give.
I'm Dawn Williams, and I hail from the Twin Island paradise of St. Kitts and Nevis. Who's Dawn? I am Kittitian by birth, born of division parents. I'm mother of 1, a son, and grandmother of 2. So why am I here? I'm here because I wake up every morning feeling amazing and asking myself, who can I inspire today? How can I make this world a better place for just being here? So I'm asking you to come out tomorrow and share that same space and hear how we all got here and why we are here and why we are described as phenomenal women.
My name is Ernestine Theophilasa, and your engagement
with the phenomenal women on the 25th, that is Saturday, all day from 9 to 6 p.m. will be your path, an additional path to finding out your why. To find out why you wake up in the morning, why you do what you do, and how you can continue to make it better. And so this story needs to unfold, so I'm not going to unfold it here, but you can well understand that part of my story is helping in some way or the other to fashion a golden girl.
My name is Thea Lafont-Gatson, daughter of Anastasia Theophile Lafont, and I am imploring you to seek out this phenomenal Caribbean symposium as a means of self-care. As women, we are always taking care of ourselves, the hair, the nails, or even with friends, taking care of your spirit. But this weekend, on the 25th of January, 2025, I implore you to take care of your soul. Take care of your core. Use the weekend as a time to really dive into yourself, get to know yourself a little better, and know that whether you join us virtually or physically, you are in a room filled with supporting women who are all there to pour into you. So please, come, join us. We can't wait to have you.
Speakers for the 14th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium. St. Lucia's Olympic gold medalist Julian Alfred will address the symposium virtually. The government of Dominica has named Dominica's first Olympic gold medalist, Thea Lafont-Gatson, as its new destination brand ambassador. Tourism Minister Denise Charles Pemberton made the official announcement during a ceremony this morning.
Thea Lafont-Gatson, daughter of our soil and Dominica's first ever Olympic gold medalist, is officially joining us as a destination brand ambassador. Thea's remarkable achievements on the global stage have brought immense pride to Dominica. Her story of resilience and excellence embodies the spirit of our people and our island. Her partnership with us will further highlight Dominica as not just a destination, but a home of unmatched beauty, strength, and inspiration. From the boiling lake to the vibrant marine life beneath our waters, from the rich culture of the Kalinago people to the longest trail in the region, the Whitey-Kubali National Trail, Thea Lafont, our new brand ambassador, will showcase the best of what we have to offer. Thea's engagement will focus on our core tourism pillars: adventure, health and wellness, and sustainability, as we aim to amplify Dominica's global reach, celebrating our unique offerings and inspiration to visitors around the globe.
Minister for Tourism Denise Charles Pemberton. Meantime, Dominica's Olympic gold medalist and destination brand ambassador Thea Lafont-Gatson says she is honored to now officially promote Dominica on a global scale.
Truly excited. I find it partially just incredible because all I have ever truly tried to do, all that I've strived to do, is to use my athletics to bring glory to Dominica. It is always about making sure that what I consider to be the greatest gem of the Caribbean to be known to the world. And it just so happens that I was able to do it within my passion, athletics. Best of two worlds, right? Best of both worlds. And so that's all I've really been doing. And how lucky am I that I now get to do it officially? I truly believe that Dominica is something special. Beyond the land, beyond the culture, it is truly the people. We are what makes Dominica so vibrant. It is the kindness, the love that we share, and it is the pride that we have in our land. And that is why I'm always so excited to boast, to share, to encourage people to come and discover Dominica. And so today, I am more than excited to start this new journey with everyone here, with everyone on island, to continue to put Dominica on top of that pedestal, hopefully on top, because that's what we want. Now we want gold, and all we want is gold, right? Keep putting us on top of the pedestal, to keep encouraging our young people, and to ensure that whatever I do presents our lovely island in the best light possible.
Dominica's Olympic gold medalist and destination brand ambassador Mayor of Portsmouth, Kerry Brady Prince, says the preparations are well underway to host the Carnival patrons this Saturday from 2 p.m.
This Saturday, the 25th of January, the streets of Portsmouth is going to come alive at 2 p.m. and it's going to be bigger. It's going to be massive. We're looking at many floats on the road, some of which were showcased in Roseau and has come to celebrate with us in Portsmouth Dasper, DeWitt Center. We'll have the Afro Stilt Walkers, JCI Kids Carnival, of course our very own Stranded on the Beach, our young and talented flag wavers of Portsmouth. We'll have Chromos, the Big Bad Juve event. We'll also be showcasing themselves this Friday, our Mystic Masqueraders, a young group just reviving the aspect of Old Mass in Portsmouth, the Party Squad, our Princess contestant from the Paybush Primary School, our Reigning Boy Monarch, and the Sakis Rapocabridge Mountain Flag Wavers, among others. So you can already tell that Portsmouth is going to be vibing, and of course, we're going to have the big bad signal band on the streets of Portsmouth, shaking it up, bringing the streets alive. I mean, really invoking the spirit of Carnival in Portsmouth this Saturday.
Mayor of Portsmouth, Kerry Brady Prince. The grand opening of Stardom Calypso tent is set for tomorrow evening. Representative for Stardom Calypso tent, Firelander, says a number of Calypsonians will be on display at My Mother's Place, formerly known as Evergreen's Hotel, from 9 p.m.
This Saturday, 25th of January, from 9 p.m., we will gather at My Mother's Place in Loubier, formerly the Evergreen Hotel, to experience the rich, thought-provoking and entertaining art form that is Calypso. This event, hosted by the Stardom Calypso tent, will not only showcase the finest Calypsonians Dominica has to offer, but also set the stage for what promises to be an unforgettable Calypso Carnival season, with the legendary King Hunter leading the charge alongside a stellar lineup of seasoned and rising stars. Attendees can look forward to an evening of lyrical prowess, social commentary, and electrifying performances.
Representative for Stardom Calypso tent, Firelander. On the feature segment of the evening news, taxi operator Jonathan Vidal has served the tourism industry for 35 years. He lived in Canada for some time but returned and has been a taxi operator since. Jonathan Vidal of Salisbury is our feature on the DBS evening news.
What brought me into that was I had a small bus, and one day Daniel DJ had tours and he couldn't get a bus, so he asked me to come in, and I took it from there.
Before you went into tourism, what were you doing?
I went into agriculture when I came back from Canada, and from there I got a dump truck and a small bus, and that's how it went on from there.
Before leaving Dominica for Canada, what were you doing at the time?
I worked with Bruce Robinson Sylvania Farms Chicken, and then agriculture in Salisbury before I left.
What has kept you in tourism all these years, 35 odd years?
I like the business. You meet different people. It's not a routine. Every day can be different, and I enjoy that. I've been everything in tourism, right? Just meeting the people, working with the drivers. The whole experience has been good for me. I think the important thing is to have your vehicle in good shape. Be ready to meet people who are different from you and learn how to cope with them. And even your own taxi members, you have to learn to live with their different moods, etc.
You have seen a lot over 35 years you've been serving, you've seen a lot. How do you compare the early days in your career to what we see now in Dominica?
The early days were kind of, they were good. They were kind of chaotic to a certain extent because most of these sites were not really, quote-unquote, up to date. We've improved our sites totally, although we have not made enough effort or have not opened up more sites, right? The sites we have basically have been used over and over again. But apart from that, the volume has increased. We've got a lot more buses. The prices have not really kept up because what we worked for years ago, we work for more money than we're doing now.
Your final message to the taxi operators, to anyone listening to you, government of Dominica, anyone listening to you, what would be your final words in this interview?
My final words would be basically come into this thing with an open mind. There's no guarantee that you will work. You have to be prepared to be disappointed. And most importantly, whatever you do it to the best of your ability. If there's something that you don't know or somewhere you're falling short, talk to somebody and straighten yourself out.
Taxi operator Jonathan Vidal. And that's the national focus, regional and international developments up next.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
DBS News.
In news from the region, the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, says it is working on a joint development agenda to address challenges and opportunities arising from the rapid aging of societies, particularly in Latin America and the Caribbean. The silver economy is a system of products, services, and economic activities that are designed to meet the needs of older people. It is based on the idea that older people have the potential to drive economic growth and job creation. The commitment by the IDB and its partners came during the first European, Latin America and Caribbean Silver Economy Forum, which brought together over 200 global leaders, aging experts, and representatives from key sectors. And internationally, U.S. President Donald Trump has revoked security protection for former top U.S. health official Anthony Fauci, who has faced death threats since leading the country's COVID-19 response. U.S. media reports Dr. Fauci has now hired his own private security team that will pay for himself. Trump wrote in a post on X on Thursday that he had sent supporting information to end the 24-hour-a-day limbo and security detail for Fauci. And that's news, the DBS Evening Sports Report, up next.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Welcome to the DBS Evening Sports Report. West Indies batsman Alec Afanese is calling on his teammates to be more aggressive as they get set for the second test against Pakistan. The match gets underway 1:30 Saturday morning Caribbean time. Afanese, who got a half century in the first test, says the players just need to back their ability.
I think it was entirely about execution, to be honest. I think if we look at most of the guys that scored runs on the wicket, they played a lot of sweeps and they played aggressive. It only looked that way because I think we didn't execute as well as we wanted to. But I think we would have a similar approach in terms of playing our sweeps and playing our shots. Obviously, we would have to assess the conditions first, but that would be the approach. I mean, obviously, runs under your belt as a batter is currency, and that is what makes you feel good. But I mean, I felt good since the practice match, I'm not short of confidence, I would say, but obviously going into the next test, that would boost me up a bit, so I'm feeling good. Well, I think obviously the wicket kind of suit my game, to be honest. I'm a sweeper. I sweep much. I sweep a lot. So I think my suggestion to the other batters is probably try to execute and probably look at the ball a bit longer. It is difficult to bat on the wickets here, no doubt. So I guess just trust your defense and I guess work on your sweeps and reverse sweeps.
West Indies batsman Alec Afanese. Meantime, the West Indies have made one change to the squad for the second test. Jaden Seals misses out due to injury. He has been replaced by Kemar Roach. The 12-man squad, from which the final 11 will be picked from, reads Craig Brathwaite, Mikhail Lewis, Casey Carty, Alec Afanese, Kavem Hodge, Justin Greaves, Tevin Imlak, Amil Django, Gudakesh Moti, Kevin Sinclair, Jomel Warrican, and Kemar Roach. In other sports this evening, the West Indies women are locked in battle with Bangladesh as the two sides go in search of a series clinching victory in the third and final ODI in St. Kitts. Joining live on the line is the sports editor, Gavin Richards, with the very latest. Gavin, good evening.
Good evening. Yes, good evening, Leila Langford, and of course, good evening to the many listeners of DBS Radio. And Leila, you're quite right. Interesting match there between the West Indies and Bangladesh. Of course, the winner of that match will go on to win the series. And I can say it's advantage for the West Indies at the point in time, as they require some 65 more runs with 35 overs left and 9 wickets in hand. Of course, Bangladesh, they were bowled out for 118, batting first. Sharmin Atka, he top scored with 37. But we had a Karishma Ramarak who took 4 for 12 for the West Indies. So the West Indies chasing 119 to win. They're currently 54 for 1 after 15 overs. Of course, a very good start for them. Haley Matthews out for 22, but Kiana Joseph is not out on 27. So, like we said, the West Indies on verge there of a victory in the third ODI, and they will win the series 2-1 if they're able to complete the process. Leila, we can also tell you before we go that the West Indies women, the under-19 team, they will be in action tomorrow morning, early hours of tomorrow morning, as they begin their campaign in the Super 6 stage of the ICC Women's Under-19 World Cup in Malaysia. Remember, there is a Dominican on the team, Mia Gilbert, and that game will get underway at 2:30 tomorrow morning, Caribbean time. And before I go, Leila, I can also tell you that the opening match in the sports division's secondary schools under 20 cricket competition, that match ended in a no result because of rain today. Northeast Comprehensive were taking on the Castleborough Secondary School at the Londonderry playing field. And the Northeast Comprehensive, they were 35 for 4 batting first when the rains came. We had Nian Davis, who was not out, on 10, while Dylan John, Kester Lestrade, Rael Paris, they had a wicket each for the Castleville Secondary School. So, bit of unfortunate news there for the two schools, as that first match ended in a no result. But once again, before I go, the West Indies women chasing 119 to win against Bangladesh. They're currently 56 for 1 after 15.5 overs. 63 more runs is what they require for victory. That's all for now, Leila Langford.
Our thanks to Gavin Richards for that report. Sports coordinator Trevor Shillingford says the contribution of the National Bank of Dominica towards football development on the island must be highlighted. His comments at the opening of the 2025 Sports Division NBD Primary Schools Football Tournament on Friday. The NBD has been a partner for the last 15 years.
Sometime in 2010, we started this journey with the National Bank of Dominica. And I must say, it has been a wonderful one over the years. So much so that almost 15 years later, the National Bank of Dominica is still here with us as our major sponsor. And I must say that this, which initially started as a sponsorship, has actually grown into a relationship. And we are quite happy with the relationship that we have developed with the National Bank of Dominica. And I want to thank the bank for once more coming on board to sponsor this very important part of our football development. So I want to encourage you, young footballers, that what we are looking for in return from you is your very best on the field of play.
Sports coordinator Trevor Shillingford. Meantime, marketing manager at NBD, Michelle Joseph, says the NBD is committed to the program. NBD has contributed over $250,000 since the start of the partnership.
This long-standing commitment reflects our dedication to youth development and to the communities that we serve. At NBD, we believe in the power of sport to drive positive social change. Our continued sponsorship of this championship is part of our broader environmental, social, and governance (ESG) strategy, which focuses on building a sustainable future for our youth and fostering community growth. Football is more than just a game. It teaches teamwork, resilience, and discipline. As you play over the next few days, know that the lessons you learn here will stay with you both on and off the field. To the young athletes, you are the stars today. Whether this is your first championship or you're a returning player, play with pride, respect each other, and enjoy every moment. Remember, it's not just about the score, it's about the friendships and skills you develop along the way.
Marketing manager at NBD, Michelle Joseph. DSFC are through to the finals of the DFA Division 1 League as they got past the Do It Center Mighty Avengers in the continuation of their semi-final match last night at the DFA Technical Center. There was a lot of controversy heading into last night's match, which had originally ended prematurely back in November with the scores at 1-1 because of a bottle throwing incident. DSFC had to resume the match with 10 players last night, and they got onto the score sheet first to take the 2-1 lead in the second half. The Mighty Avengers managed to equalize soon after. Things got heated again when DSFC player received a red card for retaliation to a tackle, and DSFC were down to 9 players. The Mighty Avengers could not take advantage, and the scores remained 2-2 at the end of regulation and the 30 minutes extra time. Jerome Myers and Brendan Weeks converted for the Do It Center Mighty Avengers, while Nickerson Parkett and Jante Kazimi scored for the DSFC team. It boiled down to penalties, and DSFC took that 3-2 to advance to Sunday's finals. DSFC coach is Kunta Charles.
When we came there emotional because we know we are against everybody. We know how we're going to be. One thing we know, we want to win. My boys want to win because they know what are against them. They know what we're fighting. Nixon got a red card that I feel that could be handled better because it's a semi-final match, it's a knockout match. The referees and them can do better, but listen, my boys and them, boy, they can bring them in Afghanistan and fight war. Whoa, I love them fellas. I love everything about that team.
Kunta, you're down to 9 men. Just talk me through what was the game plan at that point in time, because you had over 40 minutes to defend with 9 men.
Okay, so as soon as our player got the red card from the original game, we knew how the situation would be. So obviously we had to move from our original formation and switch it up. We went with one striker on top and everybody else. When that second red card happened in this game, now we knew all odds against us, and if we don't defend our goal, we're definitely going to lose. So now my players, actually that decision wasn't mine, because I was telling the players how I feel they should be. And the players told me, yo, we're going 5-3. 5-3. We don't worry about nothing else. 8 man outside, 8 man running.
Let's talk about the finals now on Sunday. You will have some players short, some guys are suspended and whatnot. Just talk me through how you guys going to be prepared for Sunday.
Man. Right, man, we got guys right here, and we show you what we can do. You think Sunday we afraid when we come in if 11? Christ, man, this boy is there, but you know resilience. What the Prime Minister always talking about resilience, he talking about us. He talking about DS. My boys are them resilient. Nothing the FA can do can hold us down. Referees, everybody, red card, all kind of thing, ban, all kind of thing, apologize, all kind of thing. But we go in, and we won that trophy because we deserve it for 3 years now.
DSFC coach Kunta Charles. Meantime, Do It Center Mighty Avengers coach Kareem Regis says it was a heartbreaking defeat.
Well, as I was telling the team in the preparation for the third iteration of this game, DS being down a man being suspended, they were like a wounded animal, and wounded animals come out ready to die, and that's what happened. DS come out ready to die to prove a point, and we came with a more lackadaisical attitude, thinking that we'd be able to walk over the game, and they came with their strength, and I mean, there are the little factors that would go into it, but at the end of the day, my team doesn't have a reason to have a one-man advantage to start the game. DS receive a second red card, a two-man advantage, and playing an entire half an hour without being able to score a goal. That's unacceptable, and as I told you guys, even if we did win the penalty shootout, that's not the kind of football we want to play, and that's not the sign of a team ready for Premier. We might be ready in terms of skill level and talent, but we're not ready in terms of the mentality. And if that's the wake-up call that we need, then so be it.
How do you motivate the guys for Sunday's game? I mean, there's still something to play for, third place and some prize money.
Sunday, just let the guys know that they have to come out and show that they worth something. And I mean, as I tell the guys, I've seen us play better football against 11 men. I've seen us play better football where we have 10 men, where we get a red card and we play against 11 men and we play better football. So now we have an opportunity to come and show the kind of football and show the fans and the well-wishers that we're able to succeed, and Sunday's game will just be the starting of the preseason for us to get ready for next year and another opportunity at the big time.
Do It Center Mighty Avengers coach Kareem Regis. DSFC will meet St. Joseph in the finals on Sunday, while Do It Center Mighty Avengers will play the RC Doctors in the third place match. And that's how we end the DBS Evening Sports Report and News. On behalf of the News and Sports Departments and our link person, DJ Halo Boy, I am Leila Langford saying good evening.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS Radio gives you top quality service over any other for live streaming of funerals. Call us today at 448-3282.
Good evening and welcome to the evening edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. We begin with the evening edition of the DBS Radio death announcements on the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. It is the 24th day of January 2025. We announce the death of Daniel Didier, age 76, of Goodwill, who resided in Portsmouth. He was a preacher and taximan. He died on Saturday, the 4th of January. He was the husband of Ingrid of Trinidad. He was the father of David, Donald, and Dexter Didier in the United States of America. He will also be remembered by his brothers Richard Didier and MacDonald Ito, his sister Josephine Didier Lowe in Bermuda. The funeral arrangements for the late Daniel Didier of Goodwill, who resided in Portsmouth, will be given in a subsequent announcement. announced the death of Burnett Barnes, age 55, of Paybush. He died on Thursday, the 19th of December. He will be remembered by his sisters, Evelyn Lewis, Maggie and Glorine Barnes, Lude Alexis, Irene Mills, Paulie David, Francie May Paul, and Felicia Barnes. Brothers Derek Lewis, Octavius, Linton, Tony, and Ernest Barnes. Brothers-in-law including Eustace David, DeCosta Paul, and Isaiah Joseph. Sisters-in-law Andrea and Martha and Azarine Barnes. 21 nieces, 22 nephews, grandnieces and nephews, names too numerous to mention. The funeral mass of the late Burnett Barnes of Paybush will take place at 2 p.m. on Saturday, the 25th of January, at the Beacon of Life and Hope Christian Fellowship at Paybush, and will be followed by interment at the Paybush Public Cemetery. Management and staff of DBS Radio extends deepest condolences to all bereaved.
And now, your community bulletin board.
Welcome to the general announcements on this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. The public is informed of road closure for blasting operations at the quarry site at Crapo Hall, Marigot, on Saturday, the 25th of January, between 3:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Please be guided accordingly. Now we've come to the end of the general announcements. We have some What's On coming up. Stay tuned.
Do you remember when Pan was king? Well, the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development and the Cultural Division presents Pan in the City Street Jump Up in memory of the late Wilfred Poncho John Baptist, Edward Andre and Alan John Baptist on Friday, January 24th, 2024 at 6 p.m. on the Bayfront. There'll be guest performances by Pan in Harmony, Pussy Culture, and guess what? Quan, Little Boy, Shally will be there, backed up by Stilpen. It's Pan in the City Street Jump Up. Let's relive the memories of the good old Pan music.
Dominica, get ready for a night of elegance, grace, and talent as 5 ladies from the OACS grace the stage at Windsor Park Stadium forecourt on Friday, January 31st for the 2025 Miss OACS pageant. Representing Antigua and Barbuda, Shania Samuel. Dominica, Kiana Dyer. St. Lucia, Timiqua de Turville. Montserrat, Mauricia Bazi. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Leisha Beach. Tickets are available at Bull's Eye Pharmacy. VIP, $120. Seating, $80. Standing, $50. See you at the Miss OACS Pageant 2025 on Friday, January 31st.
Sponsored by Big Edge Financing, National Bank of Dominica, OACS Pearl Dominica, Rapid Response Recovery Services, OptiShop Dominica, My Other Wife, Dominica Festivals Commission, Division of Culture, Mill Genesis Enterprises, and Fine Foods Inc.
The Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development and the Cultural Division presents Old Mas Juve. Yes, Old Mas Juve. So Vinny, come, indulge yourself in the sound of Lapo Cabwet. See the big bottom ladies roll and shibule with the sensei. There'll also be stilt walkers, still pen music, and more. So join us, Vinny Messier, on February 8th at 4 a.m. in Bath Estate for Old Mas Juve and get hit by a wave of nostalgia for the Old Mas we once loved.
Calypso, Calypso, Calypso. Dominica's biggest tent, the Stardom tent, is back. Yes, Stardom is back for another big season. The grand opening, Saturday, January 25 from 9 p.m. at My Mother's Place, formerly the Evergreen Hotel. The big guns, Daddy Chess, Tasha P, JD, Mystery, Observer, Scrunter, Luscious, Shadow Flow, Shanice, Mighty D, and more. Entrance only $30. People, you ask for it, you get Kaiso. It's Stardom! Back again, the grand opening, Saturday, January 25, My Mother's Place, formerly the Evergreen Hotel.
Womilando, Lachesa, Trendsetter 2025. Hear me now. But long ago it wasn't easy to ride a lorry from the country. And when that truck get to the city, everybody want to be paid. Who waiting stone, not them alone. Some be in trend, making it rain. It's at the PP tree, leading to the sea. Look the PP bombarded the city. So you hear me? The BB, I'm Makwesa. The BB, Elas Papa. The BB, I'm Alpisa. The BB, Tiwe Sala. The BB, Atalota. The BB, E Akwesa. The BB, Alawiya. The BB, Tiwe Sala. Why yo yo? The BB, why ya ya? The BB, ay ya ya. The BB, Satipeya. Why yo yo? The BB, ay ya ya. The BB, why ya ya? The BB, Kwasepeya. Womilando, Lachesa, let it go. The people migrate from the country and elsewhere right here in the city. So my brother, things not easy. The van could kill anybody. It makes I high, I don't know why. The PP sense, just not the sense. As Peter Brass, he would know of course. Is he that said the PP? Not the Brass. The BB, I'm Makwesa. The BB, Elas Papa. The BB, I'm Alpisa. The BB, Tiwe Sala. The BB, Atalota. The BB, E Akwesa. The BB, Alawiya. The BB, Tiwe Sala. Why yo yo? The BB, why ya ya? The BB, ay ya ya. The BB, Satipeya. Why yo yo? The BB, ay ya ya. The BB, why ya ya? The BB, Kwasepeya. Womilando, Powell, Shone, Jody Jou, Opil Munyoni Privi, Me Epio, the still PP, on the side of the road, watch them wee. In the drain, on the wall, in the lawi, Bisala show, La Upa glow. Do what you want, PP must flow. One thing I know, and you know it sure. The PP doesn't have a puzzle. The BB, I'm Makwesa. The BB, Elas Papa. The BB, I'm Alpisa. The BB, Tiwe Sala. The BB, Atalota. The BB, E Akwesa. The BB, Alawiya. The BB, Tiwe Sala. Why yo yo? The BB, why ya ya? The BB, ay ya ya. The BB, Satipeya. Why yo yo? The BB, ay ya ya. The BB, why ya ya? The BB, Kwasepeya. Lachesa, Trendsetter. Yes sir. The BB, all by the God. The BB, spot by registry. Even Wesley, and from Pache, your nom hele, tap we souple.